Hello everyone and welcome back to part 3 of the eBike series. Unfortunately, since last time I've had some issues with the BESC. However, on the upside I have started doing the main power wiring, including all the connectors as well as the main wires. I also tried to fit a disc brake, however, wait until the end to see what happened with that. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the video. So, disaster has struck. I was testing this on Saturday. And the output wires to the motor shorted together, some smoke came off the vest, and it turns out I blew up the motor controller chip right there. You can see it's got 2 holes in it. Now, the reason I'm not totally freaking out is A, there are cheap alternative replacements for this chip. In fact, I've got one here. It cost me £5 with free next day delivery, so not a huge problem. And also, as far as faults with this go, I've heard this is a fairly common failure, not necessarily by shorting the outputs, but just in general this chip can fail. So I'm crossing my fingers, this is the only part that's gone wrong. I mean, we'll find out. I just hope that like all the MOSFETs haven't died or something. So I'm going to be replacing this using my hot air station, and hopefully I can get this back on the road. Now, but looking at this, obviously that's the chip that blew up. I can't see anything, even looking through the zoom on the camera, anything that looks bad. There's a little bit of corrosion here, that's always been there, I know about that. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and replace that chip and hope for the best, really. I mean, considering that I've really been pushing this, it's rated 50 amps continuous, and I've been putting through kind of 80, 90 amps through. It's done pretty well. And just having a look at the other chip underneath, I can see that there's a metal grounding pad underneath. That's going to be sinking away quite a lot of the heat. So this might take a while. There we go. Just going to pop this little capacitor back. Right, so that's the chip removed. Looks like all the pads are intact, which is good. Just a bit of flux to clean up. That capacitor there, the orange one, as you saw, I had to put that back in place. I'm just going to have a quick peek at this connector. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a little bit brown or deformed. No, that's fine, just that little bit down there. That's not too bad at all. Right, so now it's time to do all that bit in reverse with a bit of cleanup, so let's go. Okay, so I've checked the orientation and I know which way it's going. So the board's had a bit of time to cool down, I took a break. So I am just going to heat this back up now. Warm it all up and put a bit of flux on, and then stick this bad boy on. So this is what it looks like. As far as I can tell, all the pins are aligned. The moment of truth is A, have I damaged the chip, and B, well, are all the pins aligned? So I'm going to take off the tin foil and then test it with my power supply before I connect to the battery and see if it all works. Okay, having had a look under the microscope, you can see from this picture that A, the pins aren't quite aligned, and B, the solder hasn't actually melted properly. So I'm going to go back in with my 370-degree air and just actually solder it in properly and melt them. If I press this on button, we'll find out what's about to go down. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, nothing blew up. But then also there are no lights. So to save you a lot of time, in short, after all of that, the BESC still didn't work, unfortunately. I think I might have destroyed the IC I was putting on as a replacement of the heat. I don't know. I've ordered a new one anyway, so yeah. So today I have a few new parts for the bike. This one, which I've already opened, is a pair of disc brakes and calipers. Because at the moment I've just got one single rim brake at the front, and I thought probably should get something at the back as well. The motor's got some mounts for it, so I bought this pair of used disc brakes, pretty standard, in good condition. This is what they look like. They're for 160mm rotors. I've already fitted one I already had to the bike, and you know, just work like your standard disc brake really. Then also came with a bag of just bolts and stuff for attaching it. Now this smaller one here should be a bracket to attach the calipers to the bike, because at the moment there aren't actually any mounting points for a disc brake, it's only a rim brake. Now in theory this should be a kind of adapter. So yeah, this is it basically. So the way this works is that I'll show some B-roll footage of it being put on the bike, but this basically goes around the axle like that. This clamps to part of the frame, and then the disc brake mounts go on there, and luckily you can see they line up like so. So hopefully this setup's going to work. The one thing I need to make this work is the bike cable, because it's not quite long enough to come all the way from the handlebars and then go through there and into there. That's not a problem. This is the one that I'm really excited about. So let's open it. Now this is from Hobby King, who I'm sure anyone in the kind of industry of hobbyist RC stuff knows the name of. And what is in here is, okay, first off some wire. This is some 12 gauge silicone wire. That's going to be used for the power wiring. Now power is a clue for this. That's what everything seemed about. I also got some XT90 connectors. I'm going to use these for the main power connectors because they're nice and beefy. And the main part of this is two new additional batteries. These are the same that I've got before. They are 5S 5 amp hour batteries. I'll just go and find, yeah, so this is what they look like. These are Turnigy batteries. Now what I did with the last one is I took the XT90 connector off and put XT60 connectors on. Now you're probably thinking, why do that? Basically the setup I already had used XT60 connectors, and because these are going to be in parallel, so theoretically no more than about 45 amps will be pulled from these connectors, which I'm pretty sure they can handle. And I also bought a bag of XT60 so that I can convert these batteries to XT60. So now that I've got all the parts out of the box, let's have a look at putting them together. So this is the rotor I've attached. I have to think what to do with this motor cable. I'm probably going to have to reroute it somewhere, but I'm just going to fiddle around and see roughly how it's supposed to fit. Also just going to grab a caliper to get a better idea of how it fits. Now in case you can't guess from this bit, I have no idea how to put a disc brake together, so I'm just going to try and figure this one out. Right, so obviously I'm guessing that goes around on there somewhere, and this bit goes here. Now that red bit's got to be there, so I'm going to have to get this cable out of the way. So this obviously goes on here. Now I got the 20mm version, which I knew would still be a bit too big, but it was better than the 33 or whatever the other one was. So which way is this? Wow. just finished removing the existing cable from the hole, which is this one here that's all kind of flapping around. I'm just gonna have to cut the thingy off here at this end. Where is it? Little nipple there, so I can take it out of that. So I'm gonna do that, and then I can start threading this new cable through the frame, and then finally attach it to the bike, the brake at the back. Okay, so now the old cable's been removed, I am going to go ahead and install this new one. Test went horribly wrong. The brake caliper rotated up and they're going to scrap the whole housing, which I'm pretty annoyed about because it ruins the whole look of the thing. So, got to figure out why this rotated round and didn't stay down there, so yeah, I'm annoyed.